Gran Turismo 7 Spec 3. I thought it was live, but I'm not. But anyway, I've just bought the PAL pack. So we're going to be giving it a very honest interrogation on how good or bad, and it can be both things at the same time, it is. We also got Spec 3, as you can see. Yas Marina here. Looking incredible, has to say. So we're going to be trying all of this. And yeah, seeing what Gran Turismo 7 is about today, giving it a proper shakedown. So this is Yas Marina. And I'm going to drive it in the GT4. Why not? The Porsche. And let's see how this goes. Obviously, we can't do beginner level. We have to do professional. I think we've got to do 3 laps. Big old circuit, this. Welcome, Jesse. Welcome, Seiko. Welcome, Broken. Good to see you all. How are you guys doing? Are you PAL packing? Who's PAL packing today? So I've paid my $24.99. Welcome, Nezzy. This is not. It's not going to be sponsored. PAL packs. Everything's amazing. We're gonna. Wow. Here we go. Yas Marina. So good being on Gran Turismo, I have to say, because it's just smooth. The track detail. The graphics. Wonder if you'll be able to do this layout as well, if you want to do it weirdly. Welcome, Sika. Welcome, Kimmy. You're the first person who doesn't speak Spanish. How do you know I don't speak Spanish? Buenos tardes, Alfonso. Swahili, K Baron. Jesse went to buy it but forgot my wife's password. You gotta get on top of those things. Your wife's got to get on top of those things, frankly. Does she know that it's PAL Pack Day? Oh, I'm gonna do a Lewis Hamilton. Oh no, there was no space, and there's no penalty. Weirdly, it's the Lewis Hamilton maneuver. Nice. I'm on the Logitech G Pro today as well. Is it the best circuit in the world? No. In terms of layout. Welcome, Vlatka. Does it have a lot of history now? Yes. Is there a chance I could drive it in real life? Yes. Am I happy seeing Gran Turismo? Absolutely, yes. A little bit off camber there. Doing the Joker lap. Doing the Hamilton Joker. Nice big old curbs here. P can't play in Oz. You can still play there, right? I'm playing. Thank you for doing iOS 50. Got mine, loving it. Nice. I'm on the G Pro here. My RS50 settings don't really work on the G Pro, interestingly, because the G Pro is just a bit too strong. So I've had to turn down the force, but on the RS50 I think you can just run everything at max. So I did my setup guide. Gordon, howdy Kirsty, what's occurring? Look at the AI, send that. And this is standard Gran Turismo 7 AI. That AI is already better than Project Motor Racing's best AI in the universe. Welcome from Puerto Rico. What's the time in Puerto Rico? Lex, what's the time in Puerto Rico once you get home? Isn't it like 1 in the morning in Puerto Rico? You're doing night shift. Look at this battling. Oh my god. Kira's on the phone on the move. Am I going to try the new cars? Absolutely yes. Jessie, she knows, been talking about all day. She's sleeping at the moment. Chat, do we think it's significant enough that Jesse needs to wake up his wife? I'm getting emotional about it. Is it that significant, or is it not significant enough? 5:10 a.m. Wow, doing that night shift. Hopefully we are entertaining you as you're keeping Puerto Rico going. People like you. It's because of people like you that people in Puerto Rico are going to be able to play the Power Pack today. G Pro stuck on 11. I don't think that's true, because when I have a live talk meter here, I've capped it at 8. Can we win this race? And this is before the Sophie 3.0 stuff. He's going defensive. Oh, he's blocked the apex perfectly. Has the Renault. He's backed out. He's backed out. Right now we're Max Verstappen 2021, but lap cars haven't unlapped themselves. So the question is, can we win from here? Can we win from here? What do I think about the AI? For messing around, I think it's absolutely fine. Look at, there's so many aircraft in the sky going at different angles. I swear. Oh no, Jesse, that's risky. That's what you call a high-risk maneuver. We've taken a second out the leader on fresh tyres. Sweet Mud, got your RS15 in the mall today. Oh, what a day, man. You're getting RS15. Presumably you're getting Spec 3 as well for free. Oh, that's a rough move. That's a rough one. I will concede. 2.3 seconds to leader. We're going to run out of corners. Hamilton's going to be the champion at this rate. Bartholomew. Anything about the Elite Fantech wheel? We covered it. Did you see the sim racing show? And it's Max Verstappen! No, but who's this? Did Galindo win? Did Galindo win? Galindo out of nowhere. Galindo's the world champion. Pitting off decorating the Christmas tree. Very nice. Ah, a nice little tasty race that. How to use Cinematic Wheel on PS5? You have to use adapters. I personally wouldn't recommend it, to be honest. Save that replay, why not? Galindo, God is on the line. Okay, let's see if maintenance is done. If not, we go to circuit Gilles-Villeneuve. Let's go to circuit Gilles-Villeneuve anyway. Where is circuit Gilles-Villeneuve? Where is circuit Gilles-Villeneuve? Here we go. Circuit Gilles-Villeneuve. Yes. Don't mind if I do. Next to Lake Louise. In Canada. Lake Louise is in Canada, isn't it? So it does make sense. Mr. Amazing Gary, I flew over Yas Marina track when leaving Abu Dhabi Airport. Very nice. Is actually like that plane was doing. Alright, let's have a little bit of this. Let's have a little bit of this then. The track that I said was coming to GT7 about a year ago. Made a video on it. Finally it's here. Oh, it's going to be an oversteery corner on hard tyres for sure. PSVR gets some love. PSVR 2, we'll see. Lovely red, deep blood red walls there. Whoa! Oh! Use some of that. This almost feels like an old school circuit now. Like, it feels old school that Formula One come here. Oh my god. Oh, there's no grass. Jesse is back alive from the dragon's lair with the key. What a risky move that was. Pete, I don't know, Yas Marina at all, but I actually love it. Honestly, I normally prefer Circuit Gilles-Villeneuve. In iRacing, I really like Circuit Gilles-Villeneuve, but I have to say, I think in Gran Turismo, Yas Marina's a better track. This feels a bit like Dragon Trail Seaside, but not as good. Like in Gran Turismo. I think because the cars are quite understeery, it's not as dancey on the exits of the chicane. It also feels like a little bit tight and awkward. The PS4 has a power pack icon in the menu. Buy it! Oh my god. That was ambitious. It feels a bit tight and twisty. The D-Tune A86 appears in arcade races. Is it especially tuned in a power pack though? I can't brake here. This might be contributing to my feeling that Circuit Gilles-Villeneuve is a little bit tight. Like, if you compare the width of the road here to Dragon Trail Seaside, special tuning visual mods. Sweet mod, I swam in Lake Louise. In Canada Day, it's a glacier lake, and I also got hypothermia. Why did you swim in it? Is it tradition? Oh, the Wall of Champions. Let's try this in a different car. How much is it different from the iRacing track? The iRacing scan feels more bare bones than this. This has a more set dressing, let's put it like that. But because in iRacing the cars pivot more, it's... and also in iRacing, when you're driving a Formula car, they lock up into the chicane, so it's quite exciting to like, oh, looking up, am I going to make it? Whereas this kind of feels a bit like a roller coaster, but it feels a bit too tight. And I feel like it should be driven in fast cars. And that's quite a that's the most downforce car we have here at the moment. Let's do it in this. We'll keep it on professional. So is everyone looking forward to paying much more for their electronic device that use memory chips? RAM prices haven't just gone through the roof, they're leaving our solar system. Should I build another PC? Welcome Speedy B, good to see you. Right, so here we go then. In the 86. Did the physics change? The force feedback felt quite heavy in that Mazda. I would need to tweak that a little bit, which is annoying because I don't want to tweak force feedback every car I drive. Why is this happening now in every game? Building a PC right now is for deep pockets. Luckily, I built a PC at the beginning of this year, I guess. Is it the case all components are going to go up? In which case, is it worth buying a graphics card, etc.? You'd been drinking with it. That explains it. That explains it. So are people getting 32Gs instead of 64 these days? I feel like I'm breaking this so early. I'm just making the corner. This is going to be a brutal track for... It feels a bit like Deep Forest as well, with like the walls. I just have a funny feeling like that, and they haven't released any. They didn't release any teaser images of it, and I have a feeling that it's because it's such a faithful reproduction in terms of track size. The racing here might be a bit chaotic. Let's see. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm in the Wall of Champions! Crucial, and now I've got loads of crucial stuff. Isn't basically all of my RAM crucial? Crucial no longer going to concentrate on... are going to concentrate on AI. Why are they doing that? What about us gamers? Look at the way that Type R just pitches up. I think we got the ray tracing on here. So you can see those ray traced reflections. But honestly, for me, Circuit Gilles-Villeneuve, this isn't as good as the iRacing version. We'll have to try in different cars, but I feel like in a Group 3 in Gran Turismo, it's just going to feel too big and cumbersome and understeery. Server is online. Okay, we'll go into it after this race. What timing? What impeccable timing we have. Oh. Can we win the race? Group 4 feels okay here. I'll have to try some little open wheelers. But I don't think Gran Turismo has the handling model for this track. I feel like this is a track you need to kind of dance around, you need to be so aggressive hitting the chicanes and kind of... Oh, this is a very clunky oversteer model. And also when you... like, this is going to feel like Death Chicane. Every chicane is going to feel like Death Chicane, actually. I mean, iRacing races here are very attritional. There's only one way we win this. Oh my god. You okay, brother? He's in the wall. He's a champion now. He's a champion. And the crowd go mad. Welcome, Mahala Racing. I hope one day see timed race instead of using laps. Wasn't that an option in GT Sport? Right, let's see if we can get into the power pack. Maybe the penalty system doesn't work then. Just having a time off. Right, here we go then. Oh wait, no. Spoke too soon. There's the big old yacht that's rocked in. And here we go. Here we go. Let's do things properly. Let's do things properly, okay? So, power pack. We know about... oh my god, that's bright. We know about all this. I've seen all this before. I covered it in the video. Data logger I've seen. I have a feeling, by the way, that the data logger is just not going to be as good as using a ghost. I think being in a three-dimensional space using a ghost is actually a next-generation telemetry system, and this is like an old-school telemetry system. That's my hunch. That's my hunch. Polestar 5, winner to receive an invitation to attend. There we go, that's our ticket. Okay, let's have a look at the update movie. So, opening... update notice, opening movie, don't care. Ferraris, yes. Dunlop, don't care. World circuits. New endurance layouts. Eiger Nordrun reverse as well. Oh no, that's circuit experience. You get a whole circuit experience on Nordrun reverse now. Grand Central could not care less. They should say when stuff has been removed. Like, they should say Michelin's been removed. But they don't, do they? But I'll say it. Michelin's been removed. New conversations, don't care. Engine swaps. The Urus. Power pack. Data logger. Power pack. Adjusted the sounds for the following cars. That'll be those brands saying, hey, we paid you a good amount of money for you to include these cars in your game, and they don't sound good enough. Can you make the sounds better? That's why that's happened. Let's not beat around the bush. Hyundai's licensing team are on that. Physics simulation for a very specific car. Again, that'll be Chevrolet saying, why is our car handle so badly that we paid you to put in? All of these cars here, apart from these Gran Turismo ones, are sponsored cars, essentially. And that's where the updates are going. Rather than PSVR 2 HUD. Simulated friction. Full force on the GTDD Extreme. Ooh, not on the GTDD. That's a bit sneaky. That's a bit sneaky. That's very sneaky. And they disabled the rotary encoders. Room ID. Oh, let us to search by populated lobbies, please. Private to room privacy. Disabled. Ah, they haven't done. Is that it? What about the sport mode changes? What about the promised sport mode changes? Sarah. Yo. Nice. Nice. Yes. Upgrade. Yes. Cool. The Espace. Okay. What are these sport mode changes saying? They promised sport mode changes. I'm going to hold them to account. Where are these sport mode changes that they promised, that they said was happening? Where are they? Can YouTubers stop being such melts and call people out to account when stuff doesn't happen? Where are these sport mode changes? These sport mode improvements? Nonsense. Do you think they unlock the screen on the Fantasy? I'm not sure, Josh. What did they say about encoders on Fantasy? They disabled them. What is sport mode? What is sportsmanship? Okay, we're in the power pack now. So for online players, God, that's not a great introduction to power pack. It was like 360p YouTube video. Welcome to the world of power pack racing. It's quite old school to still have this text thing. Like they couldn't get someone to, they couldn't get one person to say it. Right. 6-star reel. Oh, they're prizes. So there's meant to be 50 races here, 50 unique races, and there's rewards as well. Welcome, Clayholler. Great to see you. Dare I say, might be working on a Group 3 Ferrari 296 livery. I think we'll be using that car a lot. Not quite sport mode. Yeah, hang on. I mean, are there no improvements to sport mode? Because that was promised. That was promised. I made a video saying, and they said, here, look, they're going to make changes to sport mode. This is great. What could they be? Maybe the penalty system. Maybe this and that. So maybe we'll see them at Monday Reset. Oh, that's giving them a lot of rope, isn't it? Clay Hollis says, are they on about private lobbies? They could be. Even then, I don't think the private... I mean, if I can't go into lobbies and search by most ranked, that to me is the lobby system to me is broken if I can't search by most ranked. So I just want to jump into the most populated lobbies. Right. Let's do the Civic race, presumably at Expressway, yeah. At night time, I'm guessing. Also, I have a funny feeling that if you're a sport mode enjoyer, I think you actively may not like the power pack, because this whole practice qualifier race thing, I think could get pretty boring quick unless you can just skip quali. But let's have a look. Let's do this properly. So we've got our pre-tuned. I can't run our amazing liveries that Clayhole has done, for example, which I don't like the fact that it's restricted, but anyway. I'm just going to do this one. Maybe when you open it, I just went in sport mode. Like, who's going to be bothered to do this? I don't know. Maybe a lot of people, but I think a lot of people won't also. Presumably I can skip this session. Just retire. Like, personally, I don't think we should be paying for this screen. Like, I think the inclusion of this screen should be free. But anyway, it's a very nice screen. I like the track map is very nice. It's placing a lot of this is going to live or die by how good Sophie AI is. Honestly, it's going to live or die by that, because if the AI is not very good, this is all just irrelevant. But if the AI is the best AI in the world, then it's like, okay, I can actually simulate a race weekend without needing to go online. I think the power pack is deliberately aimed at people who don't like online racing. Welcome, Bones Jones. Good morning. I was watching Super GT and got a notification that you were online, so I ditched him. He'll be okay. I bet he's got like 10 billion viewers. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. Don't worry. Car feels really nice. Anyone remember the chase videos we used to make around here? The chase YouTube videos, the police videos. That was good fun. Alright, so I can't really be bothered to do practice. We'll go here, end practice. To be honest, I don't really want to qualify either. I just want to see the AI in the race. But what's interesting here, I know what they've done here. Okay. What they've done here is, normally when you qualify in Gran Turismo, it gets you straight to the meat of the action by starting you just before the start finish line. And in most cases, you can start racing straight away or start qualifying straight away. This is going to require me to come out of the pit lane, which is more authentic, more realistic. Yes, 100%. But also, I feel like part of the strength of Gran Turismo is that I can just jump in and go racing. So this is adding more barriers, but I think this is really aimed at the person who wants to get more playtime out of Gran Turismo in single player. So for me, this is aimed at the person who's basically completed all of the single player races, which I've done, to be fair. But I'm all about online. But I get it here. But anyway, let's no. Well, hang on. I don't want to end the race. Apparently, sport mode changes are over enhancement online racing functionality. Sounds like nonsense to me. Where do you read that? Ah, okay. So I can't just skip qualifying. I know this is not what most people are going to do, but... Well, for practice, I got to skip practice. And we'll be on track with other cars. So I agree. I think this is a substitute for online mode. That's what I think it is. And I think, ironically, they've made it more time intensive than online mode. And again, for a lot of people, that's going to be absolutely fine. I think for some people, it's going to be like, oh, I just want to race. You tried to 100% juice in some of the missions. So I'd have to... Let's see what happens when we start the back. I feel like if you want to get another, so remember, just to give some context, I've spent 1,400 hours in Gran Turismo 7, so that I very much like Gran Turismo 7. If you want to get as much gameplay time as possible in Gran Turismo 7, you are definitely going to get your $30 worth. However, the minimum time commitment for the power pack is also quite high, because you have to skip practice, you have to fast forward qualifying or do qualifying. So if you just want to race, if you just want to go race, the minimum is quite high. Which is an interesting design decision, because how many people are going to be like, oh, I don't want to have to qualify. I don't know. Maybe 95% of people are going to want to qualify for every race. And again, I think it all comes down to how good the AI is. So on the normal Gran Turismo 7 AI, would I want to qualify? No, because I'm just going to overtake them from the back. So there's no, and that's the fun. That's a challenge, is overtaking. So here, is the AI going to be good enough that I want to qualify P3, and I don't want to, and it's going to be more fun racing from P3 than overtaking a load of cars from the back? That's quite an interesting philosophical difference. So it's taking it very realistically. Quite a spread of times. Good spot. Yeah, good spot. Oh, water is so good. So it seems to be encouraging me to be like, don't worry if you just hold position. And I wonder, how is the AI going to be quite dynamic and cheat a little bit? Or is it going to be set? Because I feel like the best racing AIs, they should run at a set pace with some variability per lap, but they shouldn't dynamically adjust to you back and forwards. And we felt like that happened in Project Motor Racing. We were very suspicious that the whole pack was dynamically adjusting to us, which starts to feel like it's not like real life racing, because that obviously doesn't happen in real life. Let's go, power pack. So ironically, the qualifying is much longer than the race. For power pack is AI. This is all new Sophie AI. Coming through, gents. And I didn't choose a difficulty. But I have to say, at this rate, unless there's a big field spread, we're overtaking cars here quite rapidly. Big pole. I have to say that this car handles and drives so well. If they've meticulously tuned every car, that could actually be worth a significant part of the admission, just driving very well tuned cars. Did PD add some new features to VR? Well, sorry, brother. Okay, no ghosting. No ghosting, okay. Totally geared this have a set pack pace, yeah. Ah. I mean, that also breaks the illusion a little bit, because I should be getting a massive penalty for that. And my lady here should be saying, oh, it looks like you just obliterated that other driver. The stewards will be looking into that. And then she comes back 10 seconds later, okay, I've got some bad news. The stewards looked into it and you've been given a 5-second penalty. So it's like, it's a very ambitious thing here to replicate an online weekend, and like, it seems to me that's a very clear design direction of this power pack, is to give an essentially what currently exists in an online format, but give it to single player drivers. And that makes complete sense when you look at Gran Turismo 7's player base, where the vast majority are driving on single player, and online can be very toxic, etc. But we're just... I mean, these races are potentially going to be winnable from the back. I don't like how I can't see... that should be a penalty. I don't like how I can't see my gap to the leader. Has everyone noticed that? So that looked quite consistent with their fastest laps. But we're a second and a half quicker. So if I qualified on pole here, I think I'd just be obliterating them, unless the AI is dynamic, which I wouldn't want. So there's a lot of very interesting things about this power pack under the surface. So again, if you're a hardcore single player Gran Turismo player, and you've had bad experiences in sport mode, and therefore you've been put off sport mode, then this is going to be maybe perfect for you. If you're a Gran Turismo player where you do the single player, like, alright, that's done, now I'm going to race online, I don't think there's going to be too much here for you. But this car is very nice to drive, I have to say. The guys at the front are pulling away. Okay, so we've got 13 stars. So we were 6 seconds off, but honestly, I think, how much time did we lose? I might try and do that again, no quali. Because I think 6 seconds, but also we're a lot okay. Let's qualify now. Let's qualify now. Let's qualify for it. No changes VR or not? Has that been confirmed? No PSVR 2 changes. Oh my days, man. Okay, let's qualify for this. But for me. From a gameplay perspective, the practice is just peacocking. Like, I do not need an hour's practice here to win this race, I'm pretty sure. For me, there's more fun in the gameplay of trying to restart that race and seeing can I win, and that makes me feel better because I'm overtaking a lot of cars and well, can I get an overtake here done before the corner? Can I do a cut back here? I find that more fun than practicing, to be honest. But that is artificial compared to real life. In real life, you can't just restart. So I think this, again, it's another example where I think a game is trying to take a really realistic approach to everything. Let's qualify now. If we get anything in the 28s, we're gravy, right? I imagine the races will... I imagine there'll be some really tough races. But to me, it's kind of... It's very interesting from a gameplay perspective that the pyramid of fun is upside down when you look at time. So the practice session's an hour long. And by the way, there'll be some people who buy this power pack who will feel almost like they shouldn't skip it. They'll feel like, because the lady says to you, right, use the practice session, there'll be people that feel like they need to practice for an hour. And in my opinion, that time is not as fun as actually racing. I think obviously some practice is good, but an hour's practice, even when I'm doing iRacing, I rarely practice for an hour straight. It also gives you no help on the circuit. Like if they were going to go into this all in for this race weekend, I would start it early with a track walk. So I would have a guided track walk where it takes you around the circuit and says, here's your turning point here, here's your apex. I know you can add all the driving line and everything, but I'd add it like that. Because then if they had that, you could actually feel like you're working towards something. Whereas if you take a driver that's quite a novice driver and just give them an hour-long practice session, they're not necessarily going to learn anything. They're just going to brute force going around. Yeah, let's see what we can get. Obviously, I guess we get invalidated if we hit the wall. I mean, even myself, I'm a pretty good driver, but I don't... This is not a layout I do that often. So it's like... I'm not really learning. I'm not being coached. I'm not being told, like, flat here, go, 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 go. Yeah, so it's a peculiar one. It's like... It's clearly designed at drivers who don't like the online, the theatre, the amphitheatre of online, which is where you're naturally pushed by competition against people. So that it's aimed at people who are maybe a bit intimidated by that, but it's not actually going to help you become a faster driver. Whereas if they had this system online. No pen, I think. If they had this system online, then that would be huge, because then an hour-long practice session online, well, then I'm going to be going around and I'm going to be racing at that high level. That's very slow. There's no ghost here as well. So there's no ghost here, and there's no ghosting in the game, interestingly. And also... I got my Delta. Yes, there's not going to be no ghosting. It's going to be quite interesting. Again, like a real qualifying. But, iRacing, which is a much more in-depth simulation than GT7, even, doesn't do this in qualifying. You have ghosting in iRacing qualifying. Get out of the way, Steve. Oh, it's going to be a weak finish. Okay, so let's say that. Return to pit. The mine scan is 3 million credits. No wonder that. I mean, that's a $20 car then. No yellow tire decals flex. Mark giving it a week or two. Chat, what do you think in the chat? Let me know what you think of it, because I think if I pick up Gran Turismo, if I'm brand new to sim racing, I feel like this is a better system than the default. This should be a replacement for the cafe. So for me, it's better than the cafe, but it's not adding something transformative. Like, this is what we should have had originally. Why would they make the AI do such slow times? I don't know. Yeah, I mean, this would be incredible, like in GT World Series, in your split, to see all this, and maybe that'll be the next expansion. I don't know, but feels like half the grid is just cannon fodder. Yeah, maybe we were overtaking the cannon fodder last time round. Can you spectate an AI car? I can, but it's over now. We could look at their inputs for sure. I feel like rather than this Sarah lady, no offense Sarah, but get out, I feel like they should have a character like the dude in the Gran Turismo movie, like the mentor. Maybe they could have licensed his likeness here or something. I'm sure it's pretty expensive, but you know, and he could kind of guide you through this career, because the Sarah thing is just like, she feels like a random supportive girlfriend who has no idea what racing is about. And again, I'm like, I feel like there's a good platform here to actually help you become a better racing driver, but it also misses basically all the elements that would help you do that. You can't even learn from a ghost here. And I'm not sure the telemetry works in this, right? I can't even compare my telemetry. Yeah, let's see what happens with the AI now. At this point, if you want to be serious about racing, you have to bin off Sarah, and you've got to get a real race engineer. No offense. This is unskippable, by the way. I'm pretty sure this is unskippable. So again, it's like leaning into that, like, oh, it's a real race weekend. Ah. Terrible start. I'm doing most of my learning here driving behind AI cars and seeing where they brake and what their line is. And the irony is that of this, if you take everything at face value in the power pack, you're going to spend the vast majority of your time not behind AI cars, because you're going to spend an hour in practice and you can do an hour and 10 minutes across practice and quali, and then the race is what, only like 5 minutes or something. So for every 1 hour 10 minutes of just randomly driving around by yourself, not learning anything, you're going to spend 5 minutes actually racing. And I think that's quite a weird dynamic. That's actually quite realistic, not in a good way. Where you have minimal race time, minimal seat time. Yes, how are the 24-hour races going to work here? Because I don't see any, like, B-spec or anything. Yeah, I'm the current leader. Just say my name. Now, this is the first race, so you'd expect the first race to be easy, right? But we are, like... I wouldn't... Actually, we're not destroying the field, to be fair. For me, this is a nice gameplay progression because I've been following the other cars and learning their lines, and it's easy to follow. And now I need to win the race from the front, so I have to make my own decisions where to brake, etc., and see if I can step up. And that to me is a nice progression. Yeah, we'll have a look at the other races, etc. I feel like if they want to do this properly, like I said, there should be the track walk at the beginning, and then at the end, there should be a debrief where it kind of goes through my highlight moments. What other games do that, by the way? Think of what games in other genres even. You know, like FIFA. You know when you finish a FIFA match, at the end it shows you like your heat map. In the background is playing all your highlights. I think it should do that. And again, it should lean into this data thing and say you were the fastest car through this corner, your apex speed, but your weakest corner was this, and that would give me a bit of That would give me a bit of... They've turned on the afterburners here. That would give me a bit of replayability. Oh. This is good battling. I'm not sure how authentic it is, let's say. Stop telling me I'm in the lead. I know what I'm doing. I know I'm in the lead. I just took it. This is an interesting race because you can kind of block here because it's such a narrow circuit, but that's going to be pretty terrifying at some other wider circuits. I'm telling you, it's going to be very scary to see this lot behind you. There's something about it. It is a bit Terminator-esque. Okay, we won. Amazing. Fantastic. So I feel like it would be, yeah, great. This end of the race needs a lot more work, in my opinion. And also, there should be a podium, right? If you want to do a real race weekend, you have to also be rewarded in that visual sense. Because that's why we spend all the time in practice and qualifying, is to visually, audibly, like, be rewarded, not just get a few random Milky Way stars. As a PS4 owner, I think this needs to be last update. It's just too slow now and games crashing more. If you're able to record some footage, let me know, and we'll put it in a video. Okay. Oh my god, there's another Civic Tokyo Expressway. South clockwise, central clockwise. See, that to me doesn't really appeal now. Just going like south clockwise. Okay, let's do Tsukuba here. 12 laps to Cuba. So where are some of the endurance ones? So these are going to be tuning ones. Are we going to have to tune there? That looks like maybe could be 24 hours Le Mans. Suzuka. Porsche Cup. There's a lot of content here. Faux show. FF tuning at Dragon Trail Gardens. Let's see. So do I have to tune here then? This also feels... I'm sorry, but I've got 15 million credits in the bank. Okay? Why... You just given me 5 million credits for buying the power pack. Why bother? What does this achieve? This is such a waste. This is just such an irrelevance. What are you trying to affect me with here? That I'm like, oh, I'm not going to enter. Or like, I'm not going to restart. I don't understand. So it says FF tuning. But, oh my god, tuning is locked. Is tuning locked? So I can't... So it's called FF Tuning Battle, but I can't tune it. Well, that's just frankly bizarre, isn't it? And also, I can't even see... Can I not even see the tune on my car? Yeah, but I can't... So I can't see what the tune is. So if... Let's say I really like a tune here. This is actually something that's been wrong with Gran Turismo 7 since the very beginning that I've called out. Which is it's not easy enough to share tunes. These setting sheets should have been shareable in the showcase. And then people who can tune, like Control Garage, you could share you could become renowned for tuning. And this game essentially prevents that from happening because you can't share the tuning seats. Now I can't even see it. And also I have no faith that they've done the tune authentically. It makes me suspicious that there's some stuff that is like a bit... They don't want to show it to make it work. AMS AI. I think the AI in that race is pretty good. There's a lot of content in here for sure. Why does it keep telling me this? Yeah, exactly, Bones. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Because why wouldn't there be... I mean, you can see the PP here. So someone who really knows their tuning will know if that makes sense. Thanks, Vlacker. Yeah, we are award-nominated Autosport Creator of the Year. Please vote for us, if you have not already. Let me pin that. I also think now I can see the qualifying like making a lot of sense to understand the car, and then like, so again, a bit like sport mode. Part of the reason why you can have such incredible racing in Gran Turismo Sport Mode is, to be fair, because of the pre-qualifying thing. Because of the pre-qualifying thing, the minimum time investment to go racing, for example in Top Split, is very high. Because you're not going to go racing in Top Split unless you qualify quite a lot to bank a good quali lap. Now that means there's also... You can't go racing in Top Split unless you're willing to put in that effort. So for example, let's say it's a Tuesday evening and it's 8 o'clock and I've got 2 hours, I might not really have enough time to bank a quali and go racing, so I might be like, oh, you know what, it's just not enough time. But if on a Saturday morning, if I'm like 9 till 1, I've got 4 hours, then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to bank a quali and I'm going to have some fun daily races. So it's interesting here again, like, it's probably only worth doing the power pack if you're going to qualify for every race. Can I tune now I'm in the qualifier? No. Is the answer. Gran Turismo has also been a little bit cheeky here. And kind of, I respect them for it, but I can see what they've done. By their investment in the GT World Series pays back here because they can use, presumably for free, I doubt they're paying people, they can use for free the likenesses of people like Kylian Drummond, because otherwise you'd need to pay for real world drivers likenesses. So it's a very smart move. It's great for the I think it's great for the drivers. It's arguably like a bit risky, like if one of their AIs is very aggressive, it kind of tarnishes their reputation, but the force feedback on this is so heavy. To just send signed contracts. I doubt they would have been paid. I mean, you just asked one of them, to be honest. I imagine it would have been like, if you want to participate in the World Series, you have to sign a waiver for your likeness. And then I imagine it also included your likeness can be used in future games. Maybe forever. Which is fine, I think. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That's possibly also why, part of the reason why you have to be 18 plus to be in a World Series event. So you can actually sign that release. I just feel like this is a little bit aimless and I'd like more, because I can't use a ghost. This is even more aimless in sport mode. Because in sport mode right now, I've picked a ghost from someone. But now I don't really know what... I've never driven this car at this circuit before. I've never driven this car with this tune at this circuit before. So it's a little bit aimless. You can't tune... No, actually, you can't tune the cars. Even though this is a tuning race, I thought we'd be able to tune here. I also have no idea how I'm doing. Like this corner here, I imagine I need to really open it up. No tune, no fun. I mean, I'm not a big tuner anyway, so but I appreciate some people are. Given it's a single player experience, why not allow tuning? Because you're not hurting anyone else. Not disadvantaging people who can't tune. CP Watson, good, thanks for joining. See, that's not right. That's not right. I didn't know what I was doing on that lap at all. I had no idea what I was doing on that lap. That cannot be a pole position lap. Okay, there we go. I just feel like I'm not really learning. I feel like I would actually learn more by being in a race and following cars. Because I know how to drive the car, I can learn quicker on the fly and more efficiently at the back of the pack than just qualifying on my own. So I know I can drive a lot quicker than that. So chat, in this race, look at that, this field spread. In this race, have a look what lap time Jose Serrano is going to do. Because I wouldn't expect Jose Serrano to go quicker than a 146, okay, in this race. But if Jose Serrano doesn't go quicker than 146, he's not going to be anywhere near me. Now, given also Polura is 2 seconds slower than me, I wouldn't expect to see Polura near me in this race. Okay, so let's keep an eye on that, because I can go 2 seconds quicker for sure. This is going to get pretty tedious, this unskippable thing. There's not adjustable difficulty, but I imagine it will be... I imagine the difficulty will be through the different races. And also you can choose different... There is difficulty in the sense that you can choose a car that's slower. But honestly, that doesn't really... having a difficulty mechanic where you deliberately choose a slower car is not appealing to me. That's not appealing to me. Like, if this was the F1 game and it was like, do you want to drive in the McLaren? Or do you want to drive in, you know, like a Caterham? I'd be like, I'd rather drive in the McLaren than a car that's not as good to drive. So I'd be interested to see the stats on how many people choose each of these cars. Oh goodness. Let's see if Big Pole can hang on. Whee! I don't think it should have been a one make. I think a one make would be a bit dull. I like the fact that I'm racing this Hyundai. That's pretty cool. I can imagine in the power pack there's going to be some boss fights in certain races where it's like you're going to need to nail everything perfectly to kind of beat the boss. It's just like one particular car. AI is very good at that combination. That seems to me like quite a Japanese style gameplay mechanic, having a boss fight. I mean, this is quite a good battle with Miyazono. This is much better than anything you can get in the normal GT7 AI. Is it much better than Sophy 2? I don't know. Oh, thanks for the donation. Sorry, I moved that donation thing down. Thank you very much. How did it feel after playing Project Motor Racing? You know what? I was playing Project Motor Racing last night with Sam in the studio, and we went to Silverstone because I wanted to show Sam the handling after Sim Racing Expo. We went to Silverstone, we did a multi-class race in GT3s and hypercars, and we were playing on controller in third person, and it was just absolutely fantastic. 32 car grid, great graphics, great sound, great battling. Now you can't do that on PS5, you can't race 32 cars, that was on PC. Just bear with me, I'm just going to try and see if I can win this maybe. Thank you very much for the donation. Please everyone do clap that in the chat. Clap up the donation. That's how we roll. I think they royally messed up that launch. To be honest, if they could have got 32 car grids on PS5, I think it would be more fun doing a 32 car grid at Silverstone multi-class than some of these races where I'm racing 10 cars at Dragon Trail Gardens. I just feel like, for me, Gran Turismo 7 is at its best when I'm racing online, to be honest. And I like racing Sophie when I'm driving one of my cars and it's got my livery on it and stuff like that. So, yeah, I'm not sure. FF tuning, Big Willow. So we got 40 stars. I'm not really sure how that works. 20 stars required. Because I've already got 20 stars. I don't understand. Do you still only unlock along these grids? Okay, let's go... Let's go down this road. Let's do this one. 11-minute qualifier. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Please put your claps in chat. Everyone, let me put them in as well for the donation. 10 out of 10. The small grid on PS5 is what's keeping me from buying Project Motor Racing. Yeah. They missed a trick there. Should have done whatever it took to get, I think, 32 on PS5, but there we go. There's obviously a lot. The power pack, even the name is like emotive, and the stars, and it has all this meta about it. Welcome, Joe. Welcome, Yanis. It has all this meta about it, and but ultimately, this race is okay. 16 cars. Let's see when we get to the next ones where we're gonna have more than 16. Oh, GPU arrival day. Very nice. But GPU price are going to go up as well. Like, this PS5 can surely handle more than 16. They arranged more strict penalties. We couldn't see any information about penalty changes in the... You know what? I want to skip qualifier again. I'm tempted to skip qualifier. Aspiration TC. Why does it keep showing me this? See if we'll breeze past these people again. Ultra-wide support. I did in the PS5 supports ultra-wide, so that's not a GT7 thing. But yeah, these sector times, like this would be great in sport mode to see everything like this. Like, but you know, I'm fast in sector 1, but I'm losing in sector 3. Okay, I got a knockdown in sector 3. I don't know here why there's no background behind the map, because I think we had it in previous ones. But how do I feel about it compared to Project Motor Racing? I feel like I miss big grids. But for me, the ideal fun in this single player kind of experience would be a big grid where I can qualify, not qualify, but if I don't qualify, it would be like a 20-minute race where I know that if I drive really well, I can get to the front. That to me is kind of the most fun. See, is it waiting for me now? These races are, I think the races are actually too short. If you think about the time where I clicked into this event, this 70s event, you could make it a 5-lap race where I start from the back and I could just start straight away. But again, that's my personal preference. I also find that stuff a bit patronising, to be honest. Oh, mate, don't... Oh, come on, man. Yeah, maybe short as I'm just in the first ones, you're right. You're right. Like, a 24-hour race, I don't think it should matter. It shouldn't matter where you qualify. It's such a bizarre design decision that you can't skip this. You can see that the tone of this power pack has a very deliberate tone. Oh, this car's a lot of fun to drive. This car is a lot of fun. Honestly, the star of the show for me has actually been the cars. Oh my days. This is very, very, very fun to drive. Oh, the force feedback here. I can really feel like weight transfer. This is unbelievable. I'm also not penalised enough for making stupid moves. I don't think there is a B-Spec mode, but we'll have a look at the 24-hour races. This is, at the moment, some of the best force feedback I've ever felt in Gran Turismo 7 in this car. Oh my god. Ah, no restarts. High stakes. And that means I've got to skip that whole qualifying again. This is oh my god. And I'll pay the entry fee. This is for the more deliberate racer. Fun by Pen Papa. To me, it feels quite... The whole gameplay side of things feels quite old school, which in a way is a bit refreshing. But I feel like Gran Turismo have such a good grasp of things on the online side, and that's what has from my perspective, has kind of really propelled Gran Turismo Sport and Gran Turismo 7. And this is very much like a return to old school, but I think it's fan service in a way. But, you know, it's a very deliberate choice here that you can't skip the qualifying. It's very, very, very deliberate. And clearly, by that race, I don't think I needed to qualify. I don't think, anyway, from the pace I was going. So is the game more or less fun by not having this skip qualifying? Is the game more or less fun by not having a restart race? Again, it's going into this like real race weekend. That's it. There's no restarts. So I think it is super old school. Super, super, super old school. But this car handles very nicely. You can feel that there's a lot of power at the rear, but you can also I can feel through the wheel the weight transfer, which is very nice. Welcome, Willie OD. Good to see you. Let's go again. To have these cars on 3.0 AI, you have to buy the power pack. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, you do. Oh my god, so why this? I just can't believe that they tested this, and it may be that when they test it, everyone always does qualifying. Like, but what about if someone just wants to race? See, Jesse? Right. So obviously this power pack rewards like the most diligent racers that you practice a long time and you qualify and then you go in the race. But I think it will still also be frustrating for diligent racers because let's say you're doing the power pack because online is a bit intimidating. You're probably more likely to spin out in the power pack then. I don't think that's as good a start as we had last time. Very narrow line by all of them. There. Get wrecked. The complete absence of a penalty system is just downright bizarre. Very unusual. So at this rate, this shouldn't really be a competition with these cars. We should be blowing past them. I have a funny feeling that maybe if you qualify, maybe if you don't qualify, the pack is artificially slower or something. Because it's been matched to your pace. What's the difference between Sophie 2.0 and 3.0? Just a load of buzzwords by Sony, probably. Do you get credits from winning races, by the way? Power pack. Welcome, my friend Luke. Good to see you. What are you thinking of the power pack so far? The P pack. The pack. So this race, I started last, which was a chore to start last because it's a pain to have to skip qualifying and everything. I've breezed past the field. I haven't particularly learned anything different. The car's very nice to drive. It's a fun car to drive, but I can't take this car into main GT7 and drive it, which I would love to do because I'd love to drive this car online in like lobbies. That'd be fantastic, but I can't. And now I'm just... Even though I started last against the best AI in the world, I'm now just driving around on my own in first place. So some unusual... This is a very traditional Gran Turismo race. Like, what has Sophie 3.0 really added to this race? Don't have to worry about tyre temperatures at all. So yeah, we're 5 seconds ahead now. So what would... this would have been a less fun race if I'd qualified. Because if I'd qualified first, I would have had 3 laps driving on my own. And for me, the most fun part about this race was the overtaking on the first 2 laps. So... But again, we need to do more power pack races. Yeah, full force, it's in the patch notes on the DD Extreme. So we've got 20 stars, personal best. We did get credits, so we got about 1 billion times our entry fee back. Look how good that screen is, by the way. take a screenshot of that. So good. Ugh. Okay. Okay. Right, now we get into these endurance ones, I think, right? So, Historic Rally, no thank you. Brands Hatch, so this one. Celebration of Sarth. But at Daytona, okay. So Ford and Ferrari thing. 16 cars. Welcome, Crow Gamer. So I guess I could do that one again and go with a harder car, which to me feels a bit like artificially extending the gameplay. I mean, this car is significantly slower acceleration. This car is not significantly slower. But I don't... Oh, so the entry fee's higher here. It's 1,000 credit entry fee. But again, because I've got 1 billion credits, I don't really care. I feel like because these races are kind of inspired by historic events, I would like a little bit more exposition of that. I would like maybe some, in an ideal world, some archive footage of stuff, of these cars racing, some narrative. Look at that. It's very nice. Oh my god, this is a 12-lap race at Daytona. Right, so let's do this without quali. We just started practice, but everyone's on track. I just feel as though this, not being able to skip this is kind of disrespectful to my time. This should be like if you went to a restaurant and let's say you're nibbling on your starter. I haven't been to a restaurant in ages, but let's hope this scenario works. You're nibbling on your starter, and kind of you want to save a bit of your starter for later. So, but they won't give you your main course until you've completely finished your starter. It kind of feels like here, like they won't give you the main course of the race until you've done your qualifying. It's like I just don't care about qualifying. So as far as I can see, there's going to be no assistance here, even though it's a 12-lap race with kind of like B-Spec or saving. Now, is it going to wait another 2 minutes after this? Let's see. No, it's good. The way it should be: finish your starter and stop being greedy. Starters cost money. No, so I can't remember the last time I went to a restaurant and had a starter. It's almost like if they gave you a starter you didn't ask for. That's more it. It's like they give you this starter, you're like, actually I can't. I'm allergic to that. It's like, no, you got to eat it. But to me, this is all just a load of friction, because where I want to be is I want to be on track now, here. That's how I want to play this game. Because I think I'm fast enough to win this race from P12. If qualifying were to make a difference here, then the AI is much better than I've seen so far. Mark will be looking forward to playing it tonight using the slower choice car to maximise cash and difficulty. Yeah, I like the way there's different ways to play the game. But this, I mean, this, look, what is this, man? Wait. Oh, lovely move. So we're already going to breeze at least into P7. See if we can do the bus stop. Oh my god. So is there no concept of penalties whatsoever? Welcome, I want a lot. Maybe you get reset if you do a big track cut. But that to me feels like a massive omission. I can't remember. Are there penalties in normal Gran Turismo 7 single player? There weren't when we were doing Yas Marina earlier. Oh my god. There's no fuel to worry about here. There is a bit of tyre wear, actually. Nice, no one. Yeah, let us know how it is in VR. I mean, this just feels a bit patronising, like being this much quicker on the straight, to be honest. I know we could change the car, but I'd rather... changing the car rather than changing difficulty feels a bit old school. Yeah, this is Sophy 3.0. Not very good at that corner, are we? Now, it can't rain here. That would be exciting if there was rain and have an engineer like, oh, the rain looks like it might be coming. There's no random mechanicals that can happen. It looks like the time of day is very static. I might be wrong. So there's no excitement with the dynamic time of day. There's no multi-class element, so it's not like I'm overtaking GT3s and there's traffic and there's jeopardy there. Yeah, KIRETH'S 1.0 just smashes Sophy 3.0. So to me, this feels like a very traditional Gran Turismo 7 experience. This is like the third in the tree. Yeah, you're right. It's the third in the tree. So we'll give it all the benefit of the doubt to redeem itself. Oh. But for example, having the difficulty setting done by the choice of car, to me feels kind of old school, rather than having like you know, elite, ultra hard, whatever difficulty on the AI. That's how most modern games do it. For example, if you take a shooting game, right, a single player campaign shooting game, it won't, the difficulty isn't like, oh, either you can just do this game with just a pistol and that's makes it harder. No, it's like, how difficult do you want it to be? Ultra hard, extreme, casual, whatever. And the AI, like, you know, take a bit more damage or less damage or whatever like that. It doesn't say, okay, now we're not going to do that, instead you just can't sprint, because it's more, do you know what I mean? I think there's something quite interesting about having a difficulty. It's like, drive a worse car. Drive something that's worse, and that will be more fun. Welcome, Barbecuer. The verdict, I think, is... this is not revolutionary in any way. Like, I've been thinking with, I feel like this should be free still, or this is not $30 worth. It's because the AI is the same, but that's pants then. This looks like normal cafe menu AI, disappointing to say the least. This is the thing about, and I keep saying it in my videos, PlayStation keeps bigging up Sophie 3.0 as this AI agent, and I think they're just getting caught up in their own hype here. There's no difficulty settings. There's no difficulty settings whatsoever. I mean, we'll do the next races, but as far as I can see, the only way they're going to make this more difficult, they're going to struggle to make this more difficult because they're all grid starts, right? No, because they're all bunched up starts. They can't even do the usual trick Gran Turismo does, which is start you like 10 laps behind, essentially. I don't understand. I really don't understand how a 24-hour race is going to work here, unless I have a car that's significantly slower. And then to me, that's very artificial. It's like when I race online, I never go, oh, you know what would be more fun when I'm racing online? Is if I took a slower car than everyone else. That would be a lot of fun. I go, no, I want to race against the fastest people in the world. I feel like this has genuinely been a bit misleading so far, but let's, you know, we got to interrogate this. I'm certainly not blowing smoke up the Power Pack's arse here. But if you join the stream right now, you let me know what's different about this to any other Gran Turismo 7 race. Right now, at this moment in time, nothing. And it was a pain to skip the qualifying. It's like, it resents me skipping the qualifying. It's almost arrogant. They're like, oh, you're going to regret skipping the qualifying. You don't want to skip the qualifying, mate. It's going to be a difficult race. Every position's going to count. I'm not being pushed here at all. So to me, it just feels kind of like... just feels a bit like lazy, almost. Did it show you the tyres where the drive's for? I think it did, but in a different way. I feel like it wasn't solid in the middle. That's my hunch. I might be wrong. Yeah, exactly. But the AI, when I did the Tokyo Expressway race, there was a bit at the end where I felt like, whoa, the AI suddenly turned on here. That felt very interesting. Yes, I don't know that Tokyo Expressway track as well as Daytona. But I am not being challenged here whatsoever. At this moment in time, I think any player in my position is just grinding to complete the power pack for kind of arbitrary reasons. But we can only talk about what's in front of us, chat. That's the thing. We can't, you know, we're playing the game here. Hopefully, maybe, fingers crossed, there'll be some fantastic races coming up. Maybe I'm burning my tyres up and everyone else is being really smart about it. Oh, I keep thinking I'm in like a GT3. Is that a texture fine over there? Is this big... What's going on? Surely we're not going to lap people. Oh, you know what? We may actually be lapping people. There's no problem with lapping people, I think. If the grid was 30-man deep, that'll be a lot of fun. But the grid's only 16-man deep. Oh, we can do it now. Welcome, Zermin. I mean, if let's say I'd spent an hour in practice here, okay, and done the qualifying, so I'd spent an extra hour and 10 minutes on this race, I would have literally been defrauded, because I would have done that with the expectation that that was going to give me a bit of a marginal gain in the race that I'd need. And if I turned up here having done an hour and 10 minutes of practice, I'd be like, why the hell did I bother practicing for this? It's a bit like practicing for an exam. So you spend a whole day practicing for an exam. It's a very important exam. And like you spend a whole day revising, practicing. You turn up to the exam and there's only one question. And it's like, what colour is the sky? And you're like, blue. It's like, great, 100%. You're like, why did I waste a day revising? Oh, I've gone in too deep again. Maybe at the end we're going to get DQ'd. Should I spend my money on this? Great question. What do you like in Gran Turismo 7 currently? Anthony Balestros bought my Moser R3. Very nice. First direct drive wheels. Such a just a little cute product, the R3. But yeah, Robert, what do you like doing in Gran Turismo? Let us know. Oh, flipped it. There's no damage, really. There's no jeopardy there. Yeah, if I'd had the bus stop penalties, that would have been more interesting, to be fair. You spend your time in private lobbies doing racing leagues. Don't get the power pack. Don't get the power pack. Just enjoy driving Yas Marina and Circuit Gilles-Villeneuve now in your lobbies. This power pack will add nothing to you, I think. Do not buy it in your position, I'd say. Why GT games don't have qualifier season? Well, this one does. That's the whole point of the power pack. By the way, look at that consistency, everyone. 46.8, 46.9, 46.9. Unbelievable. Are we going to make it? He's made it! He's done it! You're so glad V10 F1. What about V10 F1? Robert, thanks for the honesty. I'm really looking forward to the temperature info without needing Coach Dave Academy. Yeah, but I also think that having a ghost is better than a lot of telemetry also. But no worries, you're always going to get honesty here. $29 for this is quite a lot. given that we're almost 10% the way through, that's not really a good way to look at it because we haven't done any 24-hour races. Is deceptive, but we'll have done 5 races soon. Whee. Go ahead, ask your question. But how do you justify this to the wife? Like, this race did not need to be 12 laps. I've gained nothing by this race being 12 laps over 3 laps. Bro. Rebecca, will the special cards from the Power Pack be available on PS4 if you've already unlocked some PS? That's a great question. I don't know the answer to that. That's a great question. Gunsmith, thanks for all your vids on the regular. Had you my YouTube Elos top 0.2%? Oh, send me a screenshot of that in the Discord. Send me a screenshot of that in Discord. I'd love to see it. I need to do my one as well. Top 2%. You're a true fan. Thanks, man. Yeah, it'll be good to see. Like, I think people will enjoy like being in like the 1% club and stuff like that. Quite an eclectic selection of content then. Different games and stuff. The AI doesn't seem any more competitive before. I mean, what nonsense. Sophie AI 3.0. Athlete sweat. On this race, I would say Sophie AI 3.0 is misleading on the basis of this. Now, if I chose a car that's 2 seconds a lap slower, it would be a lot closer this race. But then that's... Oh, Jesus. But that's artificial. Like, I'm not being pushed. I'm not being punished for that mistake. I'm actively being encouraged to just, like, be lazy going into the bus stop. Was that GT Finals? Had my G7 cover signed by Kaz Digits. CT4 can get to you. Oh, we'll have to make it up at a future one. Got the Kaz one, though. That's the most important. Bought the game to play this, but now I'm going to wait for some sale and enjoy the base game. Yeah, 100%. 100%. 100%. Let's hope they put this on sale at some point. I said in my video yesterday, I said, I don't think this power pack's going to be for everyone. I think if you enjoy online racing, I don't think you're going to get $29 out of the power pack. If you're a real single player person and you've bought G7 at launch, I think you will. And I said, for me, I think personally I'm going to get $29 out of it because I've already sunk 1,500 hours in G7. But actually, I'm not sure whether this is really going to be worth $29 for me. But it's early days. We'll do more races. You know, if this is the lowest point, then there's still big highs that can be had in the power pack. But if this is kind of like the average point of the power pack, eesh. Do the new tyres are just sponsorship, mate. They're just sponsored by Dunlop now. They got that Dunlop money. I saw Gran Turismo 7 won like Game of the Year sponsored by Dunlop, so it's all coming together. A rare, genuine attempt into the chicane. Oh, he's messed up on the exit. Welcome, Vilfy. The gaps between the cars prove that Sophie 3.0 Spec wouldn't be worth playing. Was the original beta Sophie? The Sophie that I saw behind closed doors around the Gran Turismo movie was incredible. I can't remember if I ever drove against Beta Sophie. Yeah, I did drive against Beta Sophie. But whatever the Sophie was that was very difficult, that Sophie was very good. Since then, Sophie's just been nerfed. Like, they've clipped her wings. I mean, I think this cheapens the Sophie name. I think when Sophie first came out, it was like, oh yeah, Sophie, that's really cool, and like, it's actually like a brand and stuff. I think now it's just like the brand, the brand. This kills the brand. 45 Australian dollars. Oh yeah, B-Spec, yeah, that's a good point. I'm gonna sneeze. Alright, let's bring this home. Let's bring it home. The other thing is, I just don't agree with having the difficulty mechanic choosing a slower car, because let's say I choose a slower car, right, and let's say I come second in this race by a second, it's just going to be like, well, I would have won this race if I hadn't been in a slower car. So I can't quite reconcile that. It's strange there's no penalty that makes it too easy for cuts. Yeah, that it almost like doesn't. It's almost like the game expects you to do practice, do qualifying, and not do any track cuts. It expects you to basically not be a real person. Now that's the fourth race we've done. This is the fourth race we've done. So 37 lead. I bet this is going to be equivalent length at Le Mans. 5 laps at Le Mans, yeah, pretty much. So after that, it is Watkins Glen. I mean, also, like, the prizes are roulette tickets. I don't care about roulette tickets. Nürburgring Group 3 Endurance. Let's do Le Mans, in case there's anything there. See, I'm not incentivized to... The prize money is not the thing that's rewarding here. The thing that would be rewarding is to win, is to feel like I won a race in a challenge. But it's not really saying that. It's saying get more prize money. So I'd rather it's like, what level of difficulty do you want to race against? The biggest difficulty here is the no restart, to be honest. That's the biggest difficulty. Oh, here we go. Okay. 60% chance of rain. Alright, okay. It's raining now. It's raining now. Oh, thanks, Gunsmith. Appreciate it. I'm not going to qualify. Qualifying in the dry. I see why they don't contemplate it, because... Well, actually I don't, because even a lot of people enter sport mode without qualifying. Like, there's enough of a proportion of people that do it. Sounds good, those cars, with that reverb. Whoa, how good does that sound? What car's that? Is it because I've got it on fast forward? So if you've got an hour, let's say you've got races where there becomes like an hour-long qualifying session, where the qualifying, because the longer the race, the more irrelevant qualifying is. You can't skip this, no. You can't skip this. This is why I need to be involved in giving feedback on these things earlier. Like, I would have said, guys, please, just trust me, have a skip button. Some people are just going to want to get to the race. I'm happy with the story in my head being, oh, he's starting last on the grid because there was an issue in qualifying. Can he win the race from the back? Like, that for me is like a better emotional story than I've qualified P2. How awesome would that be in online lobbies? Yes! Ironically, this would be so much better in online lobbies. Or even, for example, being able to spectate, let's say, like, GTWS splits. Like, how cool would it be able to spectate a World Series split? Like this. Unskippable DLC. It feels like padding. It's like when you do exams and you write like in big letters to like make, you know, so you've written more pages. Oh goodness, am I on the wrong tyre? Oh my days. Oh my goodness, I might be on the wrong tyre here. Oh my god. No way. Oh, everyone's on the hards though, for some reason. Surely it's... Okay, it's still hards weather, but let's see. Okay, this could be interesting. I've been to Le Mans! It's the first time I've driven Le Mans since I've been there. I've been on a car here through here. Unbelievable. Use really small handwriting. Oh, you're inverting it. Playing some 4D chess. Big handwriting. I feel like that's what the AI chat LLMs do now as well. Just pad it out. Damn, sure sucks. We didn't qualify, man. This is just embarrassing. This qualifying here, this AI. I mean, at this rate, before we hit Mulsanne, we'll be in P1. In one straight, we overtook the whole field. Yeah, I mean, I should try the... But then again, I don't... What I don't want to do is I don't want to grind in a lower difficulty car and have to redo the race. Like... Is that just me, or... And also, that's not what was promised. What was promised was AI Sophy 3.0. Which is going to give me a great race. It wasn't like, if I want to be in a more difficult car, then I may as well not pay for AI Sophy 3.0. Welcome, Sony. Good to see you. Sony in the house. Can you explain AI Sophy 3.0? Now, this is going to get interesting because of the weather, though. I think we have to box here for inters. Radar. The races are one and done. I think you can replay them. I'd be amazed if you can't replay them. Should we box for inters here, by the way? I think we box for inters, right? And the car's handling fine at the moment, but let's box for inters. Don't know if everyone else could do the same, but maybe the AI to hit the same car as you on high difficulty and is more competitive. Grandpa, I'm not being rude. This is definitely Sophie AI 3.0. I don't think that takes the same car as you on a high difficulty and is more competitive. It's not obvious to me, and you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know whether it's the case, whether it's a car or Sophie, but I'm pretty sure the Sophie AI, this isn't presenting to me as like an easy difficulty. Right, so I'm the only car that's pitted for inters by the looks of things. So if it continues to rain, this is either inspired or stupid. It's a good theory, Robert. It's a good theory, and we should test this out. I'm getting quite a bit of tyre wear here on my inters. Find some wet patches. Oh. Maybe that wasn't such an inspired choice. Oh, it's wetter now, it's wetter. Is that rain? Is it clearing up, I think? Oh. Yeah, the AI's smoking me. I need to find some wet patches. I think we might have made the wrong call. Which is interesting, being the leader. Arguably, if I wasn't the leader, I would have followed maybe what the other car's doing. But it feels like it's getting drier to me. We got this completely wrong. Also, is it showing gap intervals now, not gaps? Has it changed on this one? Ah, my wipers are giving up. Ah, there's no water here at all. Keep an eye on the weather radar. Is there anything else? It says 6 chance of rain. Do we stay out for another lap in just in case? Because we have pace. Maybe the tyre wear is such that everyone's gonna have to box anyway. Oh, no. Stay out if they do. I think I'm gonna box. Welcome, no one. Well, let's see, Gary. Let's see if we can make up that time. Because we were 37 seconds ahead at Daytona. Oh man, this is painful. They're all basically at Tetra Rouge. I mean, we'll rejoin here at the back of the pack, surely. See, this is the traditional, using Logitech G Pro, this is the traditional Gran Turismo experience, where the speed of the AI is just irrelevant. It's essentially you against the clock. So it's a time trial. This is the most pressure I've been under in the stream today. Let's go. 53 seconds. Three laps to go, 53 seconds. Yeah, I agree, TS. I 100% agree. Some aspects of this are very hardcore, like you can't skip qualifying, and some aspects are very easy, like the actual racing. How many seconds a lap do we need to get, by the way? How many seconds a lap do we need to get? So when there'll be 2 laps to go, is it like 20 seconds a lap or something? Tight, to say the least. 20 seconds a lap. So we've gained 5 seconds so far on half a lap maybe. And that's to the leader. Always go too deep here, always, especially in iRacing. I'm using the Logitech G Pro base as well. Oh, thanks, Susie. Went for a walk, £5 donation. Let's clap that up in chat, everyone. Let's give our £5 donation. Going for a walk. We've been to a walk in the pits a few times. What is this line, mate? Guessing I could probably just run wide here. Please do put your claps in chat. Let's celebrate the donation. Whee! Right, here's some lap cars, or some, not lap cars. Everything for position. So we gained 10 seconds that lap. So we need 21 seconds a lap here, which would be just obscene, frankly. Oh my god, not like that. Is it going to reset me? No. We might need to push that track cuts on the last lap. Come on. Can we do it, chat? Can we do it? It doesn't... I mean, I assume it'll reset you if you cut a whole chicane. But we might need to find out. We need more time. We need to be catching quicker. More time. Yeah, we'll check out Evo as well. Down to 18.5 seconds a lap. Robert Butler's on the maths here, on the stopwatch. Get wrecked. We've made 2 pit stops when no one else made a pit stop. That should have had penalties in. Yeah, exactly. It's all very well having Sophie AI, but we need a safe penalty system. Gosh, this is going to be impossible unless we do some mad cuts. Oh no, 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 no. No, no, no. We got too greedy. We got too greedy. We got too greedy. Right, we need to push it. I feel like hot lapping. Aren't the Sophie races used to have a pop-up menu? I think it's because it's got the their names on it. But I agree, from a branding perspective, it's pretty confusing. 100%. So where can we get to here, realistically? Yeah, but there's nothing we're doing here that you couldn't do in a custom race. Are we agreed on that? Like, the power pack has added nothing here, apart from maybe the tune of the car, which is, again, quite nice to drive. He must have been taking a Joker lap with that line. Looks like we can get Fraga. We'll get Fraga, but don't think we'll get anyone else. 2 pit stops. Yeah, this is more the same. Yeah, unless we try 2 to the race to confirm, there's nothing new gameplay wise. Hunson agree, there's nothing new here, mind-blowing. So then you do end up in the conversation, which is, are they charging $30 for essentially a lick of paint on existing stuff? And are they being a bit misleading with the Sophie 3.0? I mean, don't you get penalties in single player? Like, if I was doing this in single player, would I get penalties? I mean, this would have been a much more boring race if we hadn't pitted twice, by the way. Much more boring. Yeah, no pits would have been a snooze fest. And now I know I don't even need to really respect track limits. It's just like... It's like when you know how a magic trick is done. We still got 16 cars out of maybe a maximum of 20. Let's see what we do now. Oh, that even unlocked it. So... Yeah, I don't know which one to do on I don't want to sit behind on qualifying. I don't want to waste. Okay, let's do it. Let's do this 120%, and let's see what this looks like. Again, we'll skip practice quali. I'm not going to finish the race here, just to set expectations. I just feel like this thing just feels deceptive, like because it's not going to make you a better driver if you just sit in practice and quali and then yeah, I don't know what the common consensus is going to be on this, frankly. I don't care what the common consensus is, but I know what my consensus is. When I'm willing to put my neck out there and say that this is they could have done a much better job on this, I think. Is my hunch? Oh, Christmas tree decorated. Very nice. Getting that in there. What have you decorated with? Angel on the top? Baubles? It's an immersion thing, but like, if you can get Project Motor Racing for $30, it is much better value than this power pack. Like, that's not even close. That's not even close. Father Christmas on the top. The big dog. The big dog sitting on the top of the tree. Papa C. It ain't the best DLC, but at least I'm too. I think again there'll be a proportion of people who really love this, who just want loads of loads of time, loads of more time in Gran Turismo 7. And I think this is better than the cafe, like with some fixes with the pen system. I think this is better than the cafe system. But I think this should have been in there instead of the cafe system from day one. Like, this is the actual career mode. It's almost like this is what they had a choice at launch. Should we do the cafe? Should we do this? They dropped this, and now they're like, oh, we'll charge $30 for it. Right, let's see how this is going to be then on this difficulty. This is a big test. This is the hardest. This is the most difficult you can make it. With this 120% prize credits. I don't care about credits anymore because I've got bank now in GT7. Yeah, let's everyone fingers crossed in chat. Fingers crossed. Let's see, Grandpa. Let's see. Let's see. Fingers crossed. In my artificially slow car. I mean, it's a bit like saying I may as well just drive at 90% throttle. Why don't I just calibrate my throttle at 90%? And that's the AI Sophy 3.0 hardest difficulty. Yoink. So last time round in the fastest car and the easiest difficulty maybe, but I don't personally believe it, we were P1 by Mulsanne. Does it matter too much if we're P1 by Mulsanne or P1 by Indianapolis? But let's see. This car just feels like I've been restricted on the top speed. But the brakes are fine. Ironically, this car is a lot easier to drive, even though on the wet. Yeah, but I wish you could drive the tuned cars from the power pack in the main game. It certainly doesn't seem like the AI is any quicker. It feels like we've been artificially slowed. Acceleration so dead. That decision to pit last race. Oh, he just got out of the way there, just evaporated. This ain't it. This ain't it. This ain't it. They'd be better off expanding the grids to 40 grids on PS5 only without Sophie AI 3.0. Texted boy Kaz and let her know the Cat, I'm disappointed. I'm retiring. Hello, Korean. Jesus. Do you know if they added Fantech Full Force DD Plus? It's on the extreme. That is a good point, Grandpa. It's a very good point. You're very astute. But I think, let's be honest, when they say Sophie AI 3.0, they're saying it's improved. You know, it's more than implied in saying it's 3.0. You know, it's the V3. Let's try the WattyG one, because then we'll have completed one of these. Are you saying they've been a bit cheeky? Welcome, Trevor. I think Yas Marina and Circuit Gilles-Villeneuve should be paid, and the 296 and everything, and I think this should be free. Which is what I said in my video yesterday. Yeah, this whole, anyone who does stuff around AI notices that when they started calling it an agent, which they do on Twitter, you could tell then that, oh, this is no longer a gaming thing. A bit like the whole RAM, like now you won't be able to buy RAM as a gamer because they're all in AI data centers. The Sophie AI, being an AI agent, is just to get investment into Sony AI. It's not about gamers. Yeah, we'll be streaming Evo. I've got the thumbnail ready. I think probably what we'll do is we'll do video on Power Pack, and then we'll do Evo stream, and then maybe this evening we'll do open lobbies on GT7 or Evo, depending on which one we prefer. It's a good point, Bones. It's a good point. It's a good point. It's a good point. It's a very good point. But it's a good point. But addressing your comment at complete face value, if you're this is not going to help you become a better driver, because it's not giving you any tools to become a better driver. It's not giving you the telemetry here. It's not giving you ghosting, having a ghost car. It's minimizing the time you spend driving compared to just going around randomly on a circuit. The difficulty is arbitrary and very old school. We're basically going to restrict your car, so it's a harder difficulty. I mean, that goes against all of the ethos in motorsport. If you want to do real motorsport, how do you become a faster racing driver? You race against faster people. That's it. They don't go, oh, we'll put more weight on the fast people. No, that's not a thing ever. BTCC maybe, ugh, but you know. I think my experience of the game shouldn't represent the core of the community, because most people have. But I don't know. There's many ways in which my personal experience is not the personal experience of most of the player base. I prefer online. That's different from most of the player base. I've spent 1,500 hours in the game. That's more than most of the player base. And I'm probably at the top of the skill tree. That's different than most player base. But I still think I should enjoy this. No, I'm not going to decrease my fuel map. I may as well. Why don't I just tie one of my arms behind my back? Do that too. This camera is so weird. Oh, that steering's heavy. The main enjoyment with Gran Turismo here is driving the car on the track. And I could always drive this car on this track. So for $30, what am I paying for? I'm paying for the to lose the ability to skip qualifying. To have some icons, head icons above some of the cars. It's assumed there's no multi-class. I don't know, but I haven't seen bigger grids in 16. I would have thought, like, why don't they do bigger grids in 16? 20, sorry. 2020. Why don't they do bigger grids in 20? Bump it to 32. The biggest challenge here is going to be me trying not to lose the car. Brother. Whoa. I just find that it's a little bit patronising. We expected more. And I think, I'm trying to think, like, if it allowed you to choose Ghost and do the telemetry stuff here, then that would help everyone. That would help more, proportionally more, the drivers who are newer on the game, I think, if it guides you through. And the other thing is, GT Sophie has been marketed previously as racing against the best drivers in the world. Like, remember when Miyazono raced against GT Sophie? It's like, I can't beat it. So it's been marketed like that, as giving a challenge at all levels. I think Project Motor Racing, if you get it for $30, well, that's on PC though. If Project Motor Racing had been able to bring the PC version, PC experience, aka 32 car grids onto PS5 and the performance grid, etc., and you could get it for $30, I mean, it would obviously be a better deal than this for $30. Just checked in on Steve, he's not convinced. That's good. Because Steve, obviously, he works with Gran Turismo, so I'd be a bit worried if Steve felt like he couldn't say. I don't know if he still has to be a bit more metered about it, but I'll say it. This AI is absolutely not worth $30. It's borderline scam. And this it doesn't take much to add this race parameters. I could work a non-stop weekend, get me a Chinese takeaway, and I could come up with 100 race combinations, I'm sure. And I'd write some narrative for it. The best version of this is obviously there's more like a bit like the Crew Motorfest does. There's more celebration of the why I'm here. Like why am I here driving this car? Like there has to be more celebration. You know, archive footage. Maybe, you know, some narrative around it. They have to introduce some characters. Having a race engineer. Maybe some of these drivers become my rivals. To be honest, I would prefer it if it wasn't the World Tour drivers. If it were actually just characters that kind of become your rivals and friends. You know, a bit like the Gran Turismo movie. I think that would be better. I feel like a bigger visual refresh here to feel like you're justifying paying the money. Like you're in the power pack, just something to showcase, like the PS5 can do something different. He's not sure if their pace being faked. Yeah, we were suspicious about that. I felt like the pace in Project Motor Racing was faked, because you remember in Project Motor Racing, we did a race where we qualified last, but we had the fastest car and the fastest lap in the race, which felt very unusual. Crispy duck. Oh my! You making that yourself? Is that a microwave? Or you ordered that in? You made me very hungry there. But it's the same for me now. It's the same old Gran Turismo tail at the front of the pack. I'm not learning anything. I haven't qualified. What else could they do to improve it? They could add all this stuff into the multiplayer. That'd be fantastic. It feels like they're actively sort of shunning multiplayer, especially after Spec 3 was meant to have, you know, improvements to sport mode, and we can't see it. You know, only revealing the price the day before, so I think is a bit dodgy. Obviously, as soon as it's only because I'm looking after my baby these weeks that I was actually available to make a video straight away as soon as I saw the price. Otherwise, I'd have to wait till the evening, you know, and then there's not a lot of time for people to make an informed decision. At least I was able to make a video and say, this is a price. I think it's on the high end, and I don't think it's going to be for everyone. Some people like it, some people won't. This is what I think who's going to be in either camp. But that was a bit weird. I mean, the more I think about it, the more I don't think you can justify this price. Because it's really not clear. It almost feels like maybe we're subsidizing Sony's AI development or something. You know, like, how's the young one doing? Absolutely great. I think we might have a little racing drive on our hands. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. We might be turning this into a dynasty. Project Motor Racing, the worst game ever. It isn't on PC. On PC, even on day one, there'll be lots of people who it's a very enjoyable game for. The kiddo's already faster than me. I'm going to be in the engineering role. It's just very, it's very samey, isn't it? Is Project Motor Racing worth buying console? I don't know, because I haven't played it on console. But I can tell you right now, if you... Project Motor Racing on PC for $30, if you can get it for $30, is much, much better value than this. Much better. It's not even close. It's not even close. I don't know about console because I haven't played it on console, so I could play it on console and be like, oh, everyone who reviewed it on console didn't miss that this frame rate is really choppy, or like this graphics like this. You know, Rensport was very different on PS5 than PC to me. Rensport to me on PC is one of the best looking games I played this year. Rensport on PS5, it just doesn't quite work graphically because you got motion blur you can't turn off, and the graphics aren't great. Race Stream taking up all your time. Race Stream experience, did you get that cheap DLC? Oh. I just don't understand what I'm achieving right now. Like, if I was... Let's say I'm not streaming and discussing the game and providing a service where you can see what it is. Like, let's say I'm on my own, at home. At this moment in time, driving here, like, what would you be achieving? I don't see any difference between these two Sophies. They need to explain that they won't, because they won't be interrogated. but they should explain what the differences are. I'm just sort of lazily cruising around now, not really learning anything. The reason let's be honest, let's be real. The reason why what you'd be achieving, inverted commas, is you'd be grinding because you wouldn't want to have felt like you wasted $30. Right? That's the reality. That's the reality. And there might this AI is 9 seconds off me, you know, so the AI is only about a second a lap slower than me. Okay, I would say probably, you let me know in chat, maybe like 80% of the player base in G7 might be a second slower than me, let's say, I don't know, for argument's sake. So that also means that 80% of the player base won't be able to get P1 here. So that's the thing where you have this like very fixed difficulty. It's $30 a lot of money. That's the interesting thing about, like, to some people, and that's the thing about Project Motor Racing as well. To some people, it's not a lot of money. You buy a cinema ticket to a random movie, you might hate the movie, and you can't keep the movie afterwards. You can't replay the movie. So to some people, $30 is not a lot of movie. If our friend here has ordered Chinese, that might have cost $30, but to some people it is a lot of money, and that's the interesting about reviewing stuff. Like, you know, you review a new smartphone, you go like, oh, you know, it's £100 more than it needs to be. To a millionaire, they ain't gonna care. But I feel more obliged to be more sensitive to the people to whom $30 is a lot of money than the people to whom $30 isn't a lot of money, because the risk is greater for the people where $30 is a lot of money. That's going to proportionately impact their life more. They should have all been in the game at launch. Like, that's the thing. It's basically a parallel career mode to the cafe, and they've just charged like top dollar for it. I mean, the other Sophie is better than this because you can raise the other Sophie on any track now. Maybe you need to feed it more data. I don't think it's an AI agent like that. I don't think it needs to study. It's not close enough to study my driving anyway. Where is it? Welcome, Jim. How many races? We've done like 7, 8 races maybe, I'm not sure. This will be completing our 6th one, I think. Yeah, I think when people hear Sophie 3.0, people rightly expect big things. You know, in the same way that Sophie 1.0 was a big step up from nothing, to be fair. And Sophie 2.0 was a bigger step up, because Sophie 2.0, it could now race anywhere, which is massive. Sophie 3.0 just seems to be pants. Welcome, Henny. Are there any improvements? I don't know, I'm on True Force here, so I don't have a DD Extreme. I'll ask Fanatec and see if maybe I can try it out. Because maybe I can do a full force guide. I feel like they don't feel like they can do changeable difficulty because that's not realistic. In the same way that you can't skip qualifying because that's not realistic, because no driver in the real world will skip qualifying. Almost lapping someone. Again, not a problem. I don't mind lapping the back of the pack. But there's just not enough depth in the field. Oh, he's bottled it. actually did lap someone. This is so far behind the likes of Battlefield 6 and like these other big games. Like when you play Battlefield 6, I know the budgets are different and everything, but this is in my opinion, this is Sony's flagship game on PlayStation. You know, this is so pants compared to games we have in other genres. Robert agrees. So we've now completed a track of this. Sarah's happy. This game has carried, yeah, it has carried the PSVR2. It's absolutely carried PSVR2. I think the problem here, this DLC might have developed first with PS4 in mind. Yeah, this totally could be on PS4. Like, there's no bigger grids. The Sophie AI 3.0 doesn't matter. They can't. The reason is, the thing is, they couldn't. Sophie is only on PS5 generally, right? Yeah. The reason they couldn't release it on PS4 because if they released it on PS4 without Sophie AI 3.0 and it's essentially the same, people would realize that Sophie AI 3.0 just isn't worth it, and that would cause a big devaluation in Sony's AI division. So that's why. So we've completed this track now. G720, yeah, I mean, what? Oh, my days, man. I mean, even this is like laughable. Like, it looks like there's some gameplay here, but you just, it's just, there's no gameplay. Do you get it? There's only 4 races on this track here. You also can't see what the races are, which I would like to see because that would incentivize me more. Outside the power pack, this is Spec 3. We'll look at Spec 3 differently, I think. This reminds me of set of course single player content. All my doubts of DLC came true. It's generally not worth it. Set up 50 custom races. Yeah. Also, if they gave us the tools, I could create 50 custom races and just share this for free on like our Discord. It's DLC. If you don't think it's value, don't buy it. It's simple. It's not. People will feel obliged to buy it because they want to support GT7 and they don't want to miss out. They have FOMO. So it's not as simple as saying if you don't buy it, people will be let down by this. So it's my, this is not sponsored by PlayStation, Sony, or anyone. This is my duty really to let people know why I honestly think about it. But either people are going to treat this with soft gloves in terms of how they review it, or it's going to be marked as disappointing. And I'll certainly mark it as disappointed with the caveat that I haven't done all the races, obviously. Welcome, Brian. Yeah, it's not available for PS4. Did you not know? But just a genuine question. Did you know that or not know that? Oh, let's get that car because that car is quite nice. Let's do it in the more difficult car, because now I'm thinking actually I should be doing everything in the difficult setting. But that kind of annoys me, but maybe that's what we should be doing. Yeah, but what you're saying, Mr. the Ominous One, is almost like they could have just asked for a donation. Like, oh, we've given you so much for free, like, do you mind just donating? Because Working, David? Yeah, I don't see any reason why this couldn't be on PS4. I don't see any reason. Apart from the Sophie thing, which could be the explainer. Difficult setting gives 1, 2, 4 laps and competitions of half a lap. We'll try out Evo. We'll try out Evo later on stream for sure. You hate online race and terrible drive. Yeah, if you want to have an online experience offline, then this is it's a safe space for that. It's a safe space. There'll be a certain type of driver at a certain speed who it seems like this is going to be perfect for. I like this. It's very satisfying. You gonna get any more? No. Spec 3 should have not been PS4. Why? What about all of our PS4 bros? Look, how many lights do you want? Yes. I would like every single light in the shop put to the front of my car, please. Welcome in XP. From online. Yeah. This feels like it's going to be a challenge here. 5 laps with my deliberately slowed down car. Get out of the way, pal. Is this dude Sophie or not? Mate, the game launched across and they just can't not update the other gen. If people paid for the game, bro. The Sophie cars never seem to really go off track. Like, it'd be much more dramatic if some cars were like dipping wheels on the grass and like kicking up dust and stuff. Now I'm trying full force. I don't have a DD Extreme. I'll have to ask Fantech. I mean, I've been using True Force for ages though. Black is back. Phantom's disappointed, to be honest. What's the Evo 0.4 reaction saying? I like the way he looked at the mirror there when I tapped him. Get wrecked, pal. Hello from Malara. Yeah, I'm using G Pro. I do have a Fanatec GTDD, but I don't think Full Force is going to work on the GTDD. Feels great on the RS50, very nice. Fucking Brinken. $37 deads, what are we gonna do? Oh, not as quick, you know? So that top pack looked to be a lot quicker. Yeah, you just crash on your own. That'll work. Apart from crashing FPS, this should have been Evo release. Oh, okay, okay. Looking forward to it then. Looking forward to it. This is the paid DLC in GT7. Oh, he's sending it. He's sending it. He's backed out. It was Valiant from Valerio. Oh. This has been, I think, the best race we've had so far. And even if we'd qualified, it might have been very close. We are in the slowest car. This is the thing, like, I still don't agree with being in a detuned car for this. Go on, Valerio, send it. Oh, mate. What are you doing, bro? Bro, what the hell are you doing, man? I thought it was last lap. I thought it was last lap. I thought it was a last corner send by Fraga. Gotta be honest, you hate all this new content in any race line. That's exactly what I said in my video yesterday. I disagree with you though, that it's the online race is keeping the game alive. I think the vast majority of players in Gran Turismo 7 are single player, but even then the stats are confusing because a lot of people will buy the game, do some single player, and then just they're done with the game, which is absolutely fine. But if you look at the achievement stats, mean, that was damn... That's... I don't think that's good AI. I mean, I might be wrong, but... It's very frustrating being in a slower car, I have to say, like... Ugh. I think I'd much rather stick to the faster cars and not qualify. But... Sarah, you shouldn't be impressed in that, you should be disappointed. Right, are we going to unlock this car? Let's see. Yeah. This car was very nice to drive. Was it Suzuka we had it? I can't remember. Yeah, whatever this race was. It's available for purchase. Okay. Groot C memories. 10 laps. Isn't that... Isn't it very similar to this one? Oh no, because it's Do I really care about getting a roulette ticket? I don't think so. Is there a Yas Marina in here anywhere? Given it came out the same day. I don't think so. GT1. Yas Marina. This is a better career mode than the cafe menu. The cafe menu, you can literally buy your way through the cafe menu. It's insane. You can just literally buy credits with your credit card and buy the cars and complete cafe menus. Nonsense. Mario, hello, I just tried on the Power Pack race and it's good, I mean, but if it was like GT4 style how they executed, I mean, it would have worked, but it's nice at the moment. Also, I would have liked this is a stylistic point, I would have liked this set on like a world map. I think it'd be super cool on a world map, but that's just a stylistic, that's a very small point. I think it's fine. It's obviously very gamified, it's like go through here and everything. I just find it weird that you get here and then like these three are just GIFs. It makes it seem like it's content, but it's not. Twelve laps of Tsukuba goes into, I can't see. So it looks like this is going to be the most... That's the 24-hour race. It did say 24-hour races. Nürburgring Endurance. And that you can see the 296. So the 296 GT3 is in that one. But the new circuits aren't. So you actually, in a way, you get more content without the Power Pack. Let's do this one and just see what it's like. Have you tried Project Motor Racing on PS5? I haven't played Project Motor Racing on PS5. They sent me a review code, but I couldn't activate it. So I've been playing it on PC. That's why I've reserved judgment on how it is on PS5, but I don't think it can be any better on PS5 than PC. They won't constantly update the DLC. I don't even think they'll add a skip qualifying option. Even though they totally should, I don't think they'll add it. Because that would be like admitting that they made a mistake. I don't qualify because I don't want to spend 10 minutes qualifying and just driving around randomly without a ghost, not really improving. I mean, you saw we streamed Gran Turismo yesterday, and we did like 200 laps of the oval trying to get the gold, you know, try and get the top 3% in the world or whatever it is. Because that was a challenge where I felt like I was improving, getting better. Just having an open practice session is like, it's not going to improve. I see people go karting all the time. You're just going around randomly, just not improving. And for me, and I don't think I'm peculiar in this, but I think that people do it same to do it differently. I want to drive the best car. But I want to drive it on the hardest difficulty, and to me that seems to be drive the best car but don't qualify. Because if I was to qualify... I mean, look at the mad split here, by the way. 13 seconds off. Do we think Polyphony's unreceptive? I think they'll have moved on. You're getting Maserati Maserati advertising on my channel. Come direct here. We'll do an integrated ad. Maserati, don't do these YouTube unskippable, ruining everything. I would totally get rid of all YouTube adverts and just do like one integrated ad in every video. Who's that? Quick. Wow, this thing rotates. Oh, shoot. I didn't realise it wasn't doing GP, I forgot. Any physics change? I don't think so. Force feedback feels nice though. The cars feel very nice. There's so many variations of this chicane, like I never know which one I'm going to take in the game now. Yeah, the penalties is like a weird omission. I mean, I was at that apex clearly first. I was literally sat on top of the apex. Even just like your engineer or Sarah coming on the road saying, oh, that was a rough move, remember to keep it clean. Remember what we said, keep it clean. I mean, the track in a racing driver sense, the track limits are completely arbitrary in this power pack. Given track limits are arbitrary anyway, is it white line? Is it curb? Gran Turismo is very generous with track limits. If there's a curb, it becomes the curb, not the white line. But like, you know, is that okay because I lifted a bit? It's. Racing drivers will see that differently, I'm sure. Yeah, but the engineer could speak to you. They'd have to localize it then, but I'm sure they could do that. Car handle's really nice. Oh my god, that's a horrendous move. That's a war crime, that move. That is a straight up karting move. And just hope the steward didn't see you. Did I get away with that? See, I'm not even sure that's a good line from Minestrosa. I mean, look how much we're gaining here just because we actually opened up the corner. So, I don't know what the Sophie AI 3.0 is trying to achieve. I mean, what line is that into the chicane? What is he doing? So I have no faith that this race is actually determined by skill. Like, he's not on the curb there. And that's without me pressuring him at all. We can just calm it. Oh, it's so good through there, the Porsche. No, this has to be Sophie AI 3.0, that's the whole point. The fact you don't know shows that it can't be working well. Again, this race would have been much more boring if I'd qualified. And it tries to do everything it can to prevent me from skipping quali. In fact, it doesn't let me skip quali. I just have to sit there. As far as we're aware, we can't see anything for sport mode in Spec 3, which is disappointing because that was definitely promised. Part of the scenery. Apart from that Le Mans race as well, the race felt very static. It would have been much better if they'd added custom weather to every circuit. Sarah, you're an absolute clown. I just feel like the dream we have, the vision, is so much more than this. It's more cars on track, it's more battling, it's more dynamism, it's more emotion. It's like you annoy the other cars and stuff. Get some straight up credits. One lap of the Nordschleife. Oh, this is how you actually get. Yeah, okay. Let's do one lap of Nordschleife. Is this the same car, by the way? Was that what I was driving here? No. I just know I can create better custom races than this, and all the cars can be driving in cool liveries. Oh gosh, it just feels like they did a half-baked job of this. Evo's cheaper on that using Instant Gaming, using my affiliate link. But Evo historically has not run that well on different PCs. Like, it's been okay on my 4090. It's been very bad on my 4060 Ti. I mean, this will be interesting. It'll be very difficult to overtake, but I suspect we'll gain like 4 seconds on the big straight at the end. So this could be difficult. I just think philosophically, so much of this power pack is basically mandatory practice and qualifying, essentially. And is that even something that's good? Like, is it even good? Oh, thanks, Grandpa. Thanks for the $5 Australian. The barbecuer. Thanks for the $5 Australian. I really appreciate it. Hopefully it's helped you see just what the power pack is like. Chat, please put your claps in chat there for Grandpa Barbecuer. A 10 out of 10. Thank you very much for the donation. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Awesome. Please put your claps up there in the chat, everyone. Say our congrats. Sleep on it. Sleep on it. Let's see what you think tomorrow. Let's see what you think tomorrow. So Hashashima's going to set the lap time first. 7:16. I'll put some more claps in. Come on, chat. Let's put those clap emojis in. Right, let's do this race. Let's see how it goes, and then we'll see what the race set off for the penultimate race in this track, the one before, I presume the 24-hour race. It did say 24-hour races as well. Like, where would there be another one? This is such a typical, terrible Gran Turismo design decision. Stupid. This is a bit like, imagine you want to watch Abu Dhabi, the Grand Prix this Sunday, yeah? Max Verstappen, Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, all in. Imagine you sit down 5 minutes before the start and you want to watch the Grand Prix, and Sky Sports is like, we detected that you haven't seen qualifying yet. Before you can watch the race, you need to watch qualifying. It's like some people just want to watch the race. I just want to race. Getting audio description emojis now. Very nice. Okay, let's see. 296? Is that 296 or F8? This is a new intro, isn't it? It's F8. One in PRT. The physics don't feel different. What? Why is there all this chat about time model and stuff? You missed the drop. Hellcat likes PMR. Liken PMR. I've got DRS on this. I got DRS, but I don't think I've mapped DRS. So, oh my days. To be fair, I don't think I'll be hitting the DRS that much apart from the back straight. How can I be in the same class as an M3? This is so stupid, this race. It's trying to simulate a tourist day, but instead of just giving us like the ability to do tourist days and come into the pits and everything and like hang out, it's done it in this stupid race where I bet the cars at the front are like actual thoroughbred race cars, and I've got to get past all this like flotsam that would just be irrelevant if I'd qualified. Oh no. Interesting view from Baptiste's perspective on that one, I'm sure. In fact, this is the classic Gran Turismo like chase the rabbit race because we're 25 seconds off the lead. Oh, is DRS open automatically? I know in the Audi DTM car it didn't. Maybe it does here. Oh, mate. Oh, self-yeet, self-yeet. Oh, sorry, bro. Ah. No notable physics change. Rubber banding AI. I'm not sure it's rubber banding, but it definitely feels like traditional GT7 AI. Oh, the car feels so good to drive though. Sounds good, it feels good. The actual driving experience is amazing, which is why it's a shame that the rest of it seems half-baked. I'll be having way more fun, like, if I hadn't had to skip all these practice and qualies and stuff. What's that, mate? I'll be having a lot more fun. Because the actual driving is really nice. Four-wheel steering on the 992. This car is so good to drive. I mean, I could do a 24-hour race in this car, 100%. The experience of driving the car itself is just really nice. The rest of it is all actually kind of irrelevant to me here for this one. Ooh. Oh. Well, I don't like this. Thanks to the bump draft, mate. Oh, he's playing. He's bump drafting with us. Yeah, I don't have DRS mapped. And you can't map it, even if I pause, so... That, I mean, that just to drive that car, I don't know if it's got a special tune as well. I don't know if it's got a special tune, but that That's good fun. But again, you can do that in the base game, subject to special tune. We've got most of the stars we'd get anyway. FFP, I'm really liking the experience driving these cars. I don't know how much is the I don't know how much is anything else or how much is the tune of the cars. Okay, so I just want to see the I just want to see like what the tune is of this. I'm using Logitech G Pro. I'm not aware they said physics changes for like a couple of cars, but yeah, so I don't think I can see. I can't see detailed settings. So I feel like the star of the show really has been actually driving the cars. The rest of it is all just like, so therefore for 30, are we paying for one dude to have tuned these cars basically? Can see you broken. Enjoy the duck. Yeah, I thought in the issues list or whatever it is, it's only like that Chevrolet, Opel, whatever it is, like a couple of cars, not these ones. I think it could be down to the tune. You loving the update or Power Pack, Sammy? Which one in particular? Let's do one more race so we've completed 10 races. I think that'd be good. What's going to be a what's going to be a nice race to do? Let's drive the Peugeot here. This and PMR was a letdown. I think PMR they could have handled very differently. There's no Yas Marina or Circuit Gilles-Villeneuve in the Power Pack. We did I did start the stream with driving at Yas Marina. It's the first race we did. I'll just bore off. So when we do this race, we'll have done 20% of the Power Pack. Now, the thing is, what's interesting is, 20% of the Power Pack is £10 worth, right? Have I got £10 worth here? Like 100%, yes, I've got £10 worth of time spent. So the value of money is a weird thing. You're driving your favorite car. I thought, yeah, some of these experiences I've been like, whoa, I can feel new stuff in the car. I can feel weight transfer. I can feel like inertia way more than I used to be able to. It feels more three-dimensional. I had that in particular when I was driving, I think, the tuned old Skyline at Suzuka. I was like, whoa. Might be difficult to overtake here. The tracks where it's difficult to overtake, 20% is £5 worth. Oh yeah, so I'm stupid. Well, I've definitely got £5 worth. 100%. Yeah, Power Pack challenges are all single player. Now they're in a bind as well because they can't exactly take this functionality and add it to online because they wouldn't be able to paywall it online, and then people who bought the Power Pack be like, hey, you've taken stuff I paid for and just put it in the free game. Free game, you know what I mean? A cool 10 seconds of difference there. Go away, Sarah. I don't care. I don't know about DD Extreme. We'll have to get. I'll have to ask Fanatec to try it out. It's cool grid. They've spent time with people doing these liveries as well, I guess. Just to get Dunlop on all of them. There's Dunlop on like every car. I think Dunlop is actually on every car. How much had Dunlop paid for this? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Some weird sound effects somewhere. Wow, look at the valleys. Oh, this car just feels amazing to drive also. It's funny because I remember being at Eigen Nordwand when they broke the force feedback on Logitech wheels, and I had to like contact Gran Turismo and Logitech and be like, this is really broken, fix it. And remember they fixed it. This is unbelievably good to drive. I actually think the best thing of the power pack is driving the cars. Like Sophie 3.0 is just frankly misleading. And therefore there may be some replayability in driving the different options of cars. No city tracks. Come on, little Peugeot, what are we doing here? What? Hey, what? The hell? I remember doing this time trial in the I remember doing it in the Honda RA, but then there was another car kind of like this. Do you remember? Was it the Mini maybe, where you had to like go over the jump and oh my goodness, and also the cart. Remember the cart? Wow, do you remember the daily race here in the car? I did a guide with Coach Dave Delta using their telemetry thing. I was like, really wanted to like go top 100, and we went top 100. It was so brutal. I'm screwed up here, man. So, when you get into the point you're hoping for stealth improvements, you're struggling. I think if they were improving it, I think they'd make a song and a dance about it. That's unfortunately a little bit of copium there. I mean, they should 100% be improving the HUD in PSVR 2. It's shameful that it hasn't been done, to be honest. Vicar. There's no need for people to talk bad about PMR. Well, people have paid money for it. They can say whatever they want. You can talk good about it, they can talk bad about it. I am the current leader, but we have no power going up the hill. Come on, revs, 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 revs. Is that enough of a gap? Four hours between, oh my goodness. It's another dub. It's another dub in the books. Yeah, driving that car's fun, but then I can't drive that car. I'd love to do online races with that car, but I can't. And I can't even see the tune. Okay, there we go, everyone. 10 out of 50. So I think we have a decent representation of it. A decent representation. I think we know what's in there. We know what's not in there. Don't get too excited that it's going to be some mad Sophie thing, basically. I think it's the case. But the cars are very nice to drive. Those cars are sublime to drive, really. Some of the best cars I've ever driven in Gran Turismo 7. And it is doing what I've asked for so long, which is giving us more reasons to drive cars in GT7. Like, that was a really nice experience. So for me, this is almost should be thought of as a showcase of the cars rather than I'm going to have close racing. And because of that, the practice and qualifying is irrelevant to me. Like, so again, I think for me, this is framed in the wrong way. I would frame this as a celebration of the cars. Look at all the amazing cars we have in Gran Turismo, and now they're fully tuned with like authentic liveries and whatnot. Right, chat. I need to see my baby, and then I'm going to make a video on Project Pat. So I'll try and get all my thoughts, Power Pack, get all my thoughts together. Then we'll stream Evo. So we'll do Evo on PC. So make sure to join us for that. Yeah, I thought we'd get new editions as well. And then after that, I might either make a video on Evo, or I'll just stream in the evening. Whichever one I think is best. Evo or GT7, which will be Spec 3 probably lobbies at Yas Marina or Circuit Gilles-Villeneuve. We'll see how it is. But yeah, thanks so much for joining, everyone. I massively appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. Not often I've got to do this on launch day, to be honest. Pretty cool. It's a real privilege to be able to be there for a big launch live, and just, as you can see, just give you my own honest thoughts on it. I'm not reading anything else, not watching anything else. I'm just, as I always do, giving my honest thoughts on what I'm seeing in front of me, what I'm playing. All right, everyone, thanks for joining. Thanks for Vlad Gaming, Bones, Duffy, JVTube. Oh, thanks for voting as well. Yeah, before you go, or when you go, make sure to hit the pinned link and vote for me as Autosport Creator of the Year. I'd really appreciate it.